What's up, guys? Valentine's Day is just a couple of days away, and apparently I've never done an introduction for a video before. Anyway, Valentine's Day is like the most widely hated holiday in the US. But what's more popular on Valentine's Day than romantic comedies, other than unwanted pregnancies? So I was watching some rom-coms the other day, and I noticed a very specific formula that I thought that I could recreate. I suck at this. I'm gonna write a romantic comedy. All right, cue the video. All right, step one in our formula for writing a romantic comedy is finding a strong female protagonist. So she needs a sexy name and a stupid cool career. All right, sexy name. Jan Danson. Jan works for the New York Catalog Calendar Company. So one day, Jan's leaving work after having been late that morning. Boy, did her boss tear her a new one for that. And she's not thinking and trips over a hot dog vendor and falls face first into the sidewalk and bashes her nose. This is when... Should her love interest be like way out of her league, rich hot guy, or goofy looking friend? Or it could be hot guy, and then she realizes that the goofy-looking friend has been there all along. We're just going to see where this goes. So, love interest name. Again, something sexy, like Keith. Keith Blaze. So, Keith Blaze rushes up to her and takes her to the hospital. That's when the doctor tells her that she's going to need plastic surgery on her nose. Jan's always been self-conscious of her nose. But she's not sure because of the cost of the surgery and all whatnot. And then the doctor's like, no, it's cool. That gentleman that brought you here, he paid for everything, all medical expenses with his credit card. And so anyway, Jan was in awe of this, but then went forward and had the surgery. And then a few days later, after she recovers, she's out to dinner with her best friend, Craig. And Craig's saying, he just covered your medical expenses like that? That's kind of weird. Anyway, I liked your old nose better. And then Jan's thinking like, yeah, that is kind of weird. I should probably thank him. And then Craig asks her what her plans are for Valentine's Day, and then Jan has to politely remind him of his place in the friend zone. And anyway, so Jan is off to find this Keith Blaze and finds out that he's hosting a charity event for cats without cell phones. So she attends the charity event, and being nervous Jan, she trips over a leaf, and who's there to catch her but Keith Blaze? And then he makes a funny comment like, oh, ha, 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 don't fall and bust your shit again. And then she's like, oh, says some smart-ass thing about mysterious man that pays her medical bills. And then he's like, you can thank me over dinner. And so the two go out for dinner and really hit it off. And then they go back to Keith's place and they're about to fuck. And then Keith's like, no, Jan, I want to take this slow. And so Jan's like, okay. And then they go on series of dates. And there's some sort of montage. If I were creating this romantic comedy, it'd be a montage to royalty-free music. Like, it'd be something like Happy Dance, because I don't have studio money. So anyway, you go on their dating montage, and then go back to Keith's place, and they're about to fuck again. And then Keith's like, no, I have to tell you this. I'm wanted by the FBI. And then Jan's like, what? And then Keith is like, yeah, you know my vast fortune? It actually came from stolen archives from the White House. I was working there as Secret Service guy, and then I accidentally stumbled upon some shit and sold it to Russia. No, Keith is like, oh, well, I didn't actually sell it to Russia. I told my friend that some shit was going down and gave him the documents to keep safe, and then he wrote me a check and sold them to Russia. Anyway, I'm innocent. But then Jan's like, no, I can't trust you. How could you? So Jan's like, I'm done. And then finally goes on a date with Craig. And, I mean, Craig just sucks. And she realized that Craig's not what she wants. She wants Keith. So Keith tracks her down because stalking is okay as long as the person's attractive. Now, if it were Craig stalking her, no, that would not fly. So Keith stalks her and tracks her down. And he's like, I'm moving to Europe. You should come with me. And then Jan's like, nah, I'm too independent. And so then that's the last thing that they talk about. And then Jan takes a few days to mull it over. And then it's like, you know what? Screw my independence. I actually really love this guy that I met a few weeks ago. And that I know next to nothing about. And I'm taking it on blind faith that I should trust him, that he's innocent in this FBI business. And then meets Keith at the airport. And then leaves on the plane with him. And then at the end of the movie, they're going to have some pictures, a little slideshow to some more royalty-free music. So, what did we learn about romantic comedies? All bosses are assholes and they're unjustified in whatever they do. Stalking is okay as long as the stalker is attractive and the woman's at least somewhat romantically interested in him. However, if you're in the friend zone, no, you can't stalk. That shit is wrong. Next thing, if you're the main protagonist in a romantic comedy, it doesn't matter if your love interest is way out of your league. You're gonna get them. And then also, it doesn't really matter what secrets they have. As long as they give you some sort of half-assed explanation, you should take it on blind faith and trust them. Alright, well anyway, that's my video. Enjoy some of this royalty-free Valentine's Day music. Bye!